Greetings and salutations, Seahawk Palaver here, and I thought today in this video we would talk about running backs. Before we get started, if you throw me a subscribe, maybe you think maybe a like, that'd be nice for the algorithm. We can get some more people looking in here in our comment section talking about stuff. That would be fun, right? I think it would be. So rather than have a typical the top 10, the top 5, here's a tier list, I thought maybe we'd break up this class because this is a really good class. I mean, this is the best running back class I've seen in a very long time. And I thought last year's was pretty good. It was top heavy, but it was pretty good at the top. This one, I think there's a lot of running backs that can be successful in the NFL. Getting in the right coaching system, in the right scheme to fit their skill set. You know, all the traditional caveats still apply, but there's some really good players in this draft. So I thought we'd split up between the hammers, which would be your typical bell cow, 20 plus carry a game running back, and the daggers, who maybe don't want to give them a full workload, but they are really good at what they do. They can handle spelling it, your top running back, and produce some really great results, either in the passing game because they're quick, they're fast, or maybe they can have some short yardage packages like you have at the bottom here. Tyon Evans at Louisville and Tavian Thomas at Utah. Really good size and really good in short yardage situations. Can even catch the ball a little bit, even if they're not, especially Tavian Thomas's case, not very fast. It's okay. You need 3 yards in the cloud of dust. He can usually get it for you. So I thought we'd talk about this running back class in that way because there are just so many that I think can be successful. All right, so of course we all know about Bijan Robinson, best running back in this class. I don't think there's really much debate about that. Jahmyr Gibbs usually comes in at number 2. Zach Charbonnet is usually considered number 3. I have no problem with that, right? Actually, I have no problem with any of this. My whole point was that all these diverse running backs have some things that are worth talking about and value to add to your team. Tyjae Spears, I think, just a couple more pounds and he can be over on the hammer side. I really want to see him as a bell cow back. He filled that role at Tulane. Maybe he can in the NFL too. I mean, there's a lot more games up for a lot more carries, but he's just so dynamic. A running back can string so many moves together. It's really fun to watch him run. So let's see where he comes in the next level because he is fantastic. Another guy I really like is Chase Brown. He's like Tyjae Spears light, I guess. He's not quite the runner, I don't think, but he does a lot of amazing things, a lot of dynamism. He doesn't want to go down, and he runs with that same style like Marshawn Lynch does, that split-legged. He's always keeping his balance as he's going through the trash, picking through. He can use his arms, he can dead leg, he can excuse me, he can spin move. He'll even use his helmet and put it in someone's chest and use it as a pivot to spin around. It's amazing. The things that he can do on the field are fantastic. I'm a huge Chase Brown fan. Going down to Israel Abanikanda, he's a bit more straight line, but he can pick through the trash in the beginning, find the hole, and then once he finds it, he's gone. He has that extra gear, excuse me, that not everyone has. Dwayne McBride is kind of like Chase Brown. Actually, they're probably interchangeable. I think Dwayne McBride and Chase Brown have a very similar game. Roschon Johnson, he's more of like a Chris Carter clone, right? Roschon Johnson and then Chris Rodriguez, if you look down a little bit down, they're kind of the same type of runner. Strong, powerful. They can get through. They have patience. They can get through the line. I have high hopes for both of them. Sean Tucker, I compare him to like Rashad Penny. I really liked Rashad Penny, after he got over his initial year of being hurt, and then his next time of being hurt, and then that time that he ran for a lot of yards, and then he got hurt again. Hopefully, Sean Tucker can be that guy, only without the getting hurt part. He's really fast. He actually reminds me so much of Rashad Penny in the way that he runs. Tank Bigsby, I think he's like the most fundamentally sound of them all. And his size is really good too. 5'11", 210. He can definitely hold up to the rigors. 4.56. He's not the fastest, but he doesn't have to be. He has patience. He can find the hole. He holds his ball really well. He has a nice stiff arm. he can get you the yards that you need. I don't know that he's the same game breaker that some of the other players are, but he's very reliable. I think he's a back that you can put in there 25 carries a game. You're gonna get 83 yards and a touchdown. Tank Bigsby, I think, is a really solid player. Zach Evans, I wish that we could probably like combine Zach Evans and Chase Brown into one running back, because Zach Evans, even though he's on the lighter side at 202, but he's fast and he finishes with a lot of authority. He doesn't like to be tackled. He'll like try to deliver the hit, even at 202 pounds. He likes to be the one punishing, which is a nice thing to see. Kendre Miller, again, very reliable. More of an inside runner. Whenever he tries to do like outside zone plays, I don't know if he's too patient or I don't know if he's patient or if he's indecisive, because those kind of runs don't usually work out as well for him. So if he goes to a team that runs a lot of outside zone schemes, he's not going to be as successful. But someone who runs a lot of inside zone schemes, I think that he can have a really solid career because he's a really good back. Eric Gray, also very fast, has some moves, has a bit more size to him. He's a fun player to watch. I really enjoy Eric Gray's game. I think, again, a more versatile back. He can more versatile than Kendre Miller, perhaps. Maybe not as put together. He's not as solid, but he definitely can string together some moves, make the first person miss, and get through the line. He's fun to watch. Now we're getting into the people who are a little bit less known, but I love Deneric Prince. He's Chris Warren. If you remember Chris Warren, he looks exactly like he runs the exact same way. The kind of that brave patience. He finds his hole, he blasts through it, and he's not gonna let anyone take him down once he gets through it. He had let me see. This is his athleticism score, 89. He had a 4.41 140, 153 10-yard split, 35.5 vert, 10.4 broad. He's a specimen. No production, but the athleticism is off the charts. He's the first. He ranked first in the athleticism score at the combine. He is a monster. If we want, the game against USF is on YouTube, and I strongly suggest you watch that. And it's just, his play is phenomenal. He reminds me a lot of Chris Warren, and I think a lot of Seahawks fans have a warm spot in their heart for Chris Warren. So, Deneric Prince, maybe in this late rounds, undrafted free agent, I would love to see us give him a shot. Chris Rodriguez is the same way. Very strong, powerful, physical runner. He just had his pro day today where he turned in a 4.52. That is a great time. He's a Chris Carson type. He will run through you. He'll run over you. Now, he won't jump over you like Chris Carson did. I mean, he doesn't have the anaconda arms that Chris Carson did. Chris Carson had those 33.5-inch arms, and Rodriguez is only 30.5 inches or something like that. So he doesn't look quite the same as Chris Carson, but he finishes runs very similarly, runs with a lot of authority, will run through people. He's fun to watch. And Kentucky was a bad team last year, so people aren't really talking about him, but he's going to be a successful pro. I think he's built for the game. Cameron Peoples, Appalachian State, which, not a lot of primetime games featuring Appalachian State, but Cameron Peoples, even though he timed it a 4.61, plays a lot faster. If you watch his games that are on YouTube, you can see that there's something there, right? There's something that he's got good size at 6'1", 217. He uses his physicality pretty well. Again, probably an undrafted free agent, but someone to keep an eye on when they get to an NFL roster. Mo Ibrahim, 5'8" at 203 and running a 4.52, doesn't seem to have great stats, but again, he finishes his runs with a lot of violence. It's fun to watch someone, of that stature, kind of like Zach Evans above, just does not want to be taken down. So that's another late rounder to keep an eye on. He has his heart is definitely in the game. Evan Hull, a bit bigger, a bit faster. you think he would play with a bit more physicality given his size, but has a bit more shift to him, and he's another one to keep an eye on late. And then Hunter Lepke, I had to include because he's a fullback. An honest to God fullback is playing in college. I know there's other fullbacks out there, but this is a good one. Is he John L. Williams? Probably not. Is he Mike Allstott? I don't know. But can he be, that guy from the 49ers, Kyle Yurkovich, whatever the guy's name is? Kyle Yurkovich. You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy on the 49ers that we all hate? Yeah, he could be, the second coming of that guy. Definitely a good person to have on the team. Looking over the Dagger side, we all know Jahmyr Gibbs is great, right? At 5'9", 199, I don't know. Do we want to run him 24 games? Same with Devin Achane. Do you want to do that? Probably not. But they're going to break some big gains. They can handle the passing game. I wouldn't hesitate to have a lot of packages designed specifically for them. Keaton Mitchell, tiny dude at 5'7", 179, but he has moves. He's a demon-possessed pinball in the backfield. He's a lot of fun to watch. Kenny McIntosh, completely different. Kind of boring, if you ask me. But he can run a little bit. He can catch a little bit. He's excellent in the screen game. He's definitely going to fit in the modern NFL offense. Anywhere, just about anywhere, Kenny McIntosh will fit in. Deuce Vaughn, he's 5'5", 139, but he was the bell cow for Kansas State. It was insane. Over 300 some carries. Crazy at 5'5", 179. They can handle it. He's pound for pound probably the toughest guy I have ever seen on a football field. Could it be Darren Sproles? I don't know. Maybe. Give it a shot. I really enjoyed it when Darren Sproles was on the field, and I think whoever gets Deuce Vaughn, whenever they take a chance on a 5'5", 179-pound NFL player, I want to see it happen. I want to see it. There was this excellent play where these two tacklers were converging on him, and he right in between them. It was crazy. It was an insane play, and his highlights are amazing. Xavier Valade at Arizona State, 6 foot, 199, 455. He can make things happen, right? He can just make things happen. It's quite possible that he can handle a full workload. He's built really well. He's a little top heavy, runs a little upright, but with the ball in his hands, he can definitely make things happen. Jarek Broussard, he's the guy who took over for Kenneth Walker, and I just wanted to give him some props for having that unenviable role of filling in for Ken Walker. He didn't really make a whole lot of noise in Michigan State, but I don't think that his contribution should be overlooked. I think he can have some special packages where he can produce in an NFL team. Tyne Evans and Tavian Thomas, good short yardage backs. They run with a lot of power. You want 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and you get the first down or get the touchdown, whatever. They're not going to let you down. This is, like I said, really, really good running back class. I'm very interested to hear what people have to say, because there's such a diversity of abilities, roles to play. I don't know. I want to know what you think is most important. We lost Rashad Penny. Should we be looking at Sean Tucker to fill the exact same role? Should we be looking at maybe use a higher pick and get a Zach Charbonnet? Maybe he can contribute more in passing packages than Kenneth Walker can. I don't know. Should we get a Roshan Johnson to maybe be Chris Carson, more of a battering ram type guy? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested to hear, because I'm excited about this running back class. I can make a case for just about anyone on this list to be on the Seahawks, and we can find a way to make it work. I love Tyjae Spears. I think he's the most talented runner, after the top 3, along with Chase Brown. What do I guess? Tyjae Spears or Chase Brown? Is it Tyjae Spears or is it Dwayne McBride? Is it Israel Abanikanda, just for his, he's the youngest running back in the draft and maybe the fastest? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you timed it at 4.49, but he plays a lot faster. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm fascinated to see what people think about this running back class, because it is one for the ages, right? And I think we should, take advantage of it. We should dip our toe in there once or twice. because we lost 2 running backs, right? So you guys let me know what you think. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. All right, guys, take care and enjoy.